Yeah, Joel Embiid's career might be over. His career might actually be over. And funnily enough, like, I'm not a doctor. I'm really not a doctor. But I've been saying this since the start of the season. A lot of people were talking about, oh, Joel Embiid when he gets healthy again. And with some of the stuff that was being reported, I was like, I don't actually think he's ever going to be healthy again, because everything was like, it's not an actual injury, nothing's torn again, it's just swelling. And I'm a Miami Heat fan. I remembered when we had a center who every time he exercised, his knees started swelling up. His name is Greg Oden. Greg Oden never played in the NBA again. Every game Joel Embiid plays, his knee swells up and he can't do anything about it. And just like I said at the start of the season to now, when Sixers fans killed me for this, I said it. Joel Embiid has Greg Oden knees. I don't know if there's any other official term for it. He's got Greg Oden knees. And I don't think it's possible to be an NBA player with Greg Oden knees. Thankfully, he's made a whole bunch more money than Greg Oden did, lasted a whole lot longer than Greg Oden did, and is currently on a huge deal. And this didn't happen in a contract year. But the man has Greg Oden knees. Like, according to a tweet from Shams, the 76ers and Joel Embiid are consulting doctors and considering alternate options for his injured knee. Sources tell ESPN sides had hope for progress in his body, but his efforts to play and current treatments, including injections, have not provided any improvement. Couldn't figure out what happened with Greg Oden. I don't see how they could figure out what happened right now. Embiid has scored 15 or fewer points in consecutive games for the first time in 4 years, and again has experienced swelling in his left knee after the loss against the Brooklyn. So that is the problem. This is Greg Oden. He's a Clipper, and Embiid and Kawhi will be unstoppable combined 30 games. Just retire. Should reach out to knees over toes. I'm sorry. Like, to be fair, actually, at this stage, go for experimental treatment. Because all the, like, conventional knowledge in medicine, like, if there was a cure for Greg Oden knees, Greg Oden knees would have been cured. But he had to retire in 2014. Joel Embiid has the same issues where every single time he plays, his knees swell. And it becomes harder and harder to do that. Like, I don't think, I said this months ago. Joel Embiid has 100 NBA games left. Whether that's over 10 seasons or one season, Joel Embiid has 100 NBA games left. I might be high on that number, but that was what I called in December. Or was it January when they first officially diagnosed him with they said exactly what was wrong with him, which is unofficially the Greg Oden knees. I think he's got about 100 games left. And to be fair, I did say at the start of the year, the Sixers should trade him for pennies, just because of his contract. You trade him for nothing. Yeah, they're tying for a flag. He needs to sit out the rest of the year. And the problem is, it's not going to happen. He'll need season-ending surgery, and the surgery might not work. He needs to retire. It's not going to get any better. Like, he needs season-ending surgery, and that might not even work. Zion 2.0. Like, people actually don't, because Greg 2014 was like done. Secured a top 6 protected pick. This is a code for tanking. No, you don't make up Greg Oden knees, unfortunately. Wouldn't be surprised if he retires. And that's the thing where it's like, I don't know how much basketball Joel Embiid can play for the rest of his career. And if you would have asked me in 2015, after Joel Embiid had announced his first and his second season in the NBA, if Joel Embiid would last like 8 years in the league as a player while playing a half decent amount of games, I would have said, you were crazy. There's no way. I was like, this was Greg Oden. And it's funny because, like, if you listen to, say, Colin Cowherd on The Herd at one stage, he was talking about Joel Embiid and referring to him as Greg Oden. But because of everything that happened, he had the foot issues. And Joel Embiid, if you guys don't know, also put on a whole bunch of weight, which is not going to be easy on his knees either. So it's one of those things where it's like, everything Joel Embiid to get to the top of basketball ultimately shortened his career massively. But again, like, you can argue, and I would argue it, that it's like, it is a sad thing to see him retire. At least the guy's worth a couple of $100 million. At least that is what the guy's worth. And you might be saying, oh, like, it's not, like, that doesn't mean everything, but it's like, it's to set yourself up to not like to be perfect in retirement, to be allowed to work whatever job you want, to be allowed to live wherever you want, by the way. Because Joel Embiid is an American citizen. He can live anywhere in America. His kid's born in America. If he wants to move to Europe, he's also a French citizen, which allows him to move to anywhere in the European Union. So if Joel Embiid wants to move into my house next door in Ireland, he can if he wants to. Or if he wants to go and live in Bulgaria, he can. If he wants to live in France, Spain, Italy, he can live in any of those countries with the visa that with the passports that he currently holds. So he has the freedom to do literally whatever he wants for the rest of his life, which is all we can kind of hope for. Obviously, the people that retire at like 40 and don't do anything and just sit there, like, end up being someone going crazy, but like he can do whatever job he wants. And he's still more than set up for the rest of his life. It is a really unfortunate thing. It is so unfortunate that the man's knees turned into Greg Oden's, because Joel Embiid was on track to being a top tier, he was on track to maybe being in the top 100. You know the way they have the NBA 100? They have the 75, the 50, the 25. He would 100% be in the NBA 100. I think in players that will 100% be in that NBA 100 are like Jokic, Luka is going to be in it. Are they the only ones that weren't in the 75 that are guarantees? Jokic, Luka, Shea, Giannis. Was in the 75, wasn't he? Yeah. Jokic, Luka, Shea. They're guarantees to be in it. Dwight's going to get the Bob McAdoo spot. Like, if you guys don't remember, Bob McAdoo wasn't, I don't think he was in the 50, and everyone was in uproar. So he's going to get, and Dwight, who deserved to be in the 50, Dwight's going to get the Bob McAdoo spot. Maybe Tony Parker gets in on the you screwed up 25 years ago. But I doubt it. I think Dwight will just get the you screwed up 25 years ago spot. But it is it's another, it was 4 years ago now. So it's still another 21 years away. But he probably will be in. He has a chance of being in the NBA 100. I think maybe he will be. Yeah. Joel Embiid will probably be in the NBA 100. Either way, though, that's still an impressive career. It's still a real impressive career, and he's had a career much better than most people thought after he missed his first 2 seasons. It's just a pity that he never made a conference finals, was always injured at the wrong times, and at the same time probably never peaked at the right time in any given season. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this. It is a pity, but it does look like Joel Embiid's career might in fact be over. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.